Okay, so I was gonna try and record upstairs today because the light's way better up there, but it's 3 o'clock and the magpie's still refusing to have a nap, so I'm back down in the computer room, and she's upstairs with Mr. Q trying to fall asleep, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know if you'll be able to hear in the background or not, but he is up there with her, so it's okay. So this last little while, I've started, and I don't know why in the last little while, but I've started being able to, see baby, see the magpie as getting older, and not that, I mean, she is getting older, but I mean, I've started to be able to wonder what she's going to be like at 4, or at 6, or 10, or 16, and I don't know whether that's because her personality is starting to come out a little more, or I'm not quite so permanently exhausted from having such a little baby. I've got the time to think about these things, and I'm not sure what it is, or I'm meeting more people with older children, and I'm sort of trying to superimpose her on them. I don't know, but it's been kind of interesting, and I'm sure everybody goes through this. But hey, I've never done it before, so you get to hear about it. But to sort of try and figure out, okay, well, does this mean she's going to be, into sports, or does this mean she's going to be into music, or any of the above, or, so it's been kind of cool. Try and figure out whether she's going to be one of those kids that, ends up on Oprah, or ends up on the Maury Povich show. And see how, whether she's going to be a good kid or an absolute holy terror, or a combination of both. And I don't know, it's been very different for me, because I'm so used to just, okay, this is the way it is, this is what's going on now, deal with it, and that's how it is. And I'm not, well, I like to think a lot about what could be. I'm not usually a big, long-term planner, but it's sort of coming in from that angle, and it's very different to think about things that way. And even though I know, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and me freaking out about it, or wondering about it, or spending a lot of time and energy worrying about it isn't going to make any difference to the outcome. I'm still going to do whatever I'm going to do, but this isn't a bothersome kind of thing. It's just a curiosity kind of thing, more of an impatience kind of thing, I think. And I think part of what it is too is, well, I'm trying to figure out what she's going to be like in another 4, 6, 10, or 16 years. I think part of the underlying thing there is, what am I going to be like in 4 or 10 or 16 years, and am I going to be turning into my mother? and that's a whole other Sunday edition, I think, whether or not I turn into my mother. And we may go there one day, but not today. And whether or not I turn into my mother, and whether or not she ends up turning into a little bit of me, which I don't know if that's all a good thing. Some of it, yeah, okay. Some of it she can take, but not all of it. So that it'll be interesting, and it'll be interesting then, I think, to definitely be able to look back and say, okay, well, this is where you were, and here's what we were kind of thinking you were doing, and where we thought you were headed. And I think part of that is a lot of the photos that I take, and I mean, God knows we've taken a ton of photos of her, thank God for digital cameras, and there's now a challenge that's been set up, and it's coming at me from 2 angles, so it's almost one of those things that I have to do. A challenge to do a self-portrait, take a picture, or have somebody take a picture of me, or take a picture of myself. And even though I've started doing this, which is a big step for me to put my face out there. Okay, so when the batteries run out, you think they're trying to tell you something? I'm going to keep going anyway, because I have spare batteries that are fully charged. What was I talking about? Photographs. That I have members of my family that are ridiculously photogenic. Like, the camera comes out and they're just, it's all perfect. They're never blinking, they're never squinty-eyed, the smile's always full and bright, and it's never never lopsided or anything, and they're never hunchbacked over or anything like that in the photos. It's disgusting. But I am all of the above. If there's a photograph taken, I will be the one that's blinking, not on purpose. I swear to God, I try so hard not to. Or I'll be in the middle of saying a word, or I'll think the picture's been taken and I'll be starting to turn away. I don't do photographs. So between having a challenge through a Flickr group that I'm on for a person to be in the picture, and a blog that I read that I'll link to through Quarter Rest for you guys, where the challenge this week is to do a self-portrait and to take the time and the effort into making it a good photograph of yourself. I think it'll definitely be a challenge, but it'll be really interesting for me, and I think it'll be really interesting in 4, 6, 10, or 16 years to be able to look back and say, okay, I took the time to get a picture of myself that I like, and that's me, and that's, and that's the way it is. And I think it'll be, as much as, I think when they're 16 years old, they'll look back on all the baby photos of themselves and go, oh my God, I think it'll be neat for her later to be able to look back and say, okay, look at all the pictures Mom took of me. I hope. Otherwise I'm taking up a lot of camera space and a lot of computer space for no reason. But it's fun for me at the time, and I like doing it, and I hope she enjoys it later too. And I hope we don't end up on Oprah or Maury Povich because of it. So I'm hoping these batteries are full, but I think I'm going to stop before these ones die on me too, because that means I've definitely gone on way too long. And that's it for this week. So Tuesday is my doctor's appointment, just to follow up on the video that I did a couple of weeks ago about my knees and my ankles and stuff. So I've got my follow-up doctor's appointment, so cross your fingers for me, and hopefully I'll have good news and I'll get that up on the blog or on video next week.